In this lesson, we'll be adding color and a slow scale to our whole comp. Okay, so now we're ready to add a little bit of color, and I'd like to do that just with working with the pre-comp of all of these letters together. So let's go ahead and shift select all of our letters. We'll hit Control-Shift-C to create our pre-comp, and we'll just call this all letter layers. And then we can just have a little bit more cleaned up area to work with here. So let's go into our layer up here and we'll create a new solid. And I just want to grab kind of an orange sort of color. So let's try 30, 100, 100. Perfect. And I'm going to place this underneath my letters. So that looks pretty good. You might want to maybe make it a little bit darker if you feel like there's not quite enough contrast, if the orange is too bright. So we could go into our solid settings and just pull this down so it's slightly darker. There we go. And then let's create another layer to add a little bit of a vignette on top of that. So we'll go to Layer, New, Solid, and we'll just pick something that's darker than the other one. And then we'll grab our ellipse tool. And I'm just going to drag an ellipse around this, creating a mask. And we'll invert it so that darker area is on the outside. We can turn up our feather pretty considerably. And I'm going to place this on top of the letters. So it'll look something like that. And I want to make one more little change to our orange. I think it might be just a little bit too dark, the lighter one. So we'll just bring that up kind of halfway in there. That's much better. Great. Okay, so that doesn't look so dingy now. And you can kind of see how that looks as it comes on. And it looks like it finishes just kind of right about there, just a little bit before 5 seconds. So let's make this exactly 5 seconds long. So I'm going to pull my current time indicator right there to 5 seconds. I'll hit the N key to trim the work area to the current time indicator. Then we'll right click the work area and trim the comp to the work area. And that way we don't have quite so much that we're working with. So I want to scale this up over time. So, but I want it to scale to this point. So right now, if we select that layer and hit the S key, you can see it's at 100%. So we'll end it at 100%. So our current time indicator is there on the last frame, and we hit our stopwatch to set a key there. And then I'm going to go back and let's put this at, let's do about 85%. So we're going to start out at 85 and then slowly scale it up over time. Great. Let's watch that through. I'm going to hit the 0 key on my number pad. Nice. So there's enough time to read it if you didn't catch every little transition. And I think that that works really, really well. Okay, so that is pretty much it for creating the animated typeface and then placing everything into a comp and aligning everything, getting everything perfect. But what do we do with this now? Well, a lot of times you'll see if someone puts something like this on their website or their portfolio, you'll have an animated GIF of this. So I'm going to show you in the next lesson how to render this for a GIF. And then in the lesson after that, we'll actually make it into a GIF in Photoshop. So stick around, and in our next lesson, we'll be rendering to a GIF.